guys, it's SoundKiller, and today I want to show you how to make a really cool bass using Serum. So let's get started. So what I'm doing here is I'm just selecting basic shapes here for the sound. Nothing special. It's gonna be a simple FM bass. It's gonna sound really cool. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna FM the bass. I'm gonna create a cool automation here. So I'm just gonna set this to 12. I'm just gonna create this cool little pattern here. It's gonna be some very wonky stuff. If you guys can bear with me for a minute. It's gonna be that simple pattern. It's gonna sound so good. So now I'm gonna add some HN filter, which is a high pass with a notch, with a lot of foul tone. Like a lot of foul. And what I want to do for this bass to make it cool is I'm going to take here on the global tab, I'm going to take my width and turn it all the way down to 0. And then I'm going to enable 4-voice unison. And then I'm going to take this first macro. I'm going to control both detunes so that they have exactly the same setting with this macro. So I'm just going to call this detune. And now I have to make the effect I want. I'm going to turn off the random. And now I'm going to turn off here the triggering. I'm going to create a simple pattern here so I can it's just a simple pattern. I'm just going to repeat this so I can listen to it. I want to add some white noise to this as well. I'm just going to go here, maybe some ARP white, and route it here. Sounding pretty good so far. Now I'm gonna add some compression. Some hyperdimension. I'm gonna add here some tube distortion just to make it like really wonky. I'm gonna add a teeny bit of reverb just to give it that metallic sound, and then I'm gonna go into the filter. I'm gonna add some calm filter just to make it even more metallic. Really cool sounds. I'm just gonna keep playing around. I'm gonna link these two without the BPM. Maybe I want it a bit more stereo, so. And then I'm gonna go here and just gonna create a cool little low pass here. Just to clean up a little bit the frequencies in the high end. Really cool. So now I'm gonna add some fat rack to this, make it a bit more beefier. And before the fat rack, I want to add a reverb without any size or decay, and then just enable like around 60 milliseconds of pre-delay. Some OTT. Sounding pretty cool so far. Now I want to separate this with a frequency shifter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to group this. And then I'm going to go here and create a second chain, create chain. And I'm going to have two separate chains, one for the low end and one for the high end. And the high end is going to have this frequency shifter. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take, I believe it's a multiband dynamics. Let's see how I can do this. Just disable amount and just have like, yeah. So I'm just gonna cut off around 300 hertz here. And then over here, I'm gonna go again, multiband dynamics, and it's gonna have the low end. And now I have the two separated, and now I'm gonna I created this cool sound just using this frequency shifter technique. And it can go crazy. I can also clean up a little bit with an EQ, maybe remove some of that high end. A little bit of delay could work pretty well. Maybe some more reverb, it's up to you, or some redux, depending on the kind of sound you want to have. I'm not liking what the redux is doing, so I'm just going to keep it simple. I'm just going to go here into my audio effects. Some delay, where's the delay? Here it is. I'm just going to turn off the feedback. And you can create a cool drop just with this tiny loop. So I'm just gonna duplicate this and create drag this into the bass group. I'm just gonna choose some virtual samples because they're good. So now I want to do a little bass here. Now that I have a separate sub bass, I need to cut off the sub bass on this one. So I'm just gonna do it real quick. I also don't like the high end that this one is producing, so I'm just gonna cut this off. A little pattern here with some cool automation maybe. The cool little 11 note. I'm just gonna click here to enable automation. And we can just like change also. So we can like play around with the fine tune only. Also, something that I forgot to do and should be done is that you just take here after the frequency shifter and cut again like those subby tones. So I think that I want to do this. Maybe then like start with this. And you can also like automate this thing also. I want this to be a notch. So there we have it. A cool bass sound using Serum. Hopefully you guys found this useful. It's a quick and short tutorial. Nothing too special. Anyways, this was SoundKiller. Thanks for watching. Until next time.